What's going on, everybody? My name is Shantanique Langston. I'm your personal and professional development coach, and welcome to another episode of Nique Speaks Wednesdays. Yes, right here on the Nique Speaks YouTube channel. I'm super excited. So I know you're like, what are we talking about today, sis? We're talking about how to communicate effectively. I know you're like, what? Yes, because a lot of people have a problem in this area. And so I believe I can provide you guys some tips that will help you understand how to be more effective and keep it real. Because guess what? We all battle in this area every single day, period. So let's get into it. So the problems that we mostly face personally comes from family, friends, our spouses, and then professionally, we have issues in business when it comes to, I would say, collaborations or partnerships, working with people, staff, colleagues, HR, just to name a few. And the biggest factor about communication in these areas is that the illusion of communication or lack thereof exists. Well, what does that mean, Nique? That means that communication itself is not the problem. It's how the person is sending the message. So a great playwright by the name of George Bernard Shaw said this: the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place, period. So this means that we have to do a better job in how we are communicating one to another. So I want you to put a pin right there. All right, so here's my reflection question for you. What type of communicator are you? Are you A, an aggressive communicator, B, a passive communicator, or C, an assertive communicator? All right, so I hope you know which one you are. You are a reflection of how you communicate. So whatever the way you communicate is what you will receive. You should never expect to be one way and think that other people are going to receive you. So say if you are a manipulator type of communicator, but you want someone who's assertive to respond to you in an assertive way, there's no way you can be that way. That is not effective. Effective ways to communicate with someone. So with that being said, put a pin in it right there. We're going to talk about the next part of communication that's really big, and that is the lack of listening. So I know you're probably wondering, why in the world do I need to listen? Right, because I be wanting to say what I need to say. So why in the world I need to listen, sis? Listen, I understand your frustration. We all want to be heard, but no one wants to actually take the time to listen to one another. So shout out to my pastor and first lady of Citadel of Praise. My first lady made this statement during one of her sermons about communication in relationships. She's quoted First Lady Tracy Ellis, by the way. She said, to become better to become a better communicator is becoming the master of listening. You have to put yourself in the position to comprehend. The best way to become a great listener is learning how to comprehend. Comprehension is making the choice to understand and obtain clarity of a message that's being received. Again, you have to make a choice to comprehend. And if you make a choice to comprehend what's actually taking place in a conversation, guess what? That's heated. You begin to de-escalate the other person, because now you're acknowledging that person and their frustration by listening, using empathy, saying you do understand what they're saying, and you're seeking to resolve the issue. Sometimes a high rate person, the easiest way to bring them down from a 10 to like a 5 or a 4 is to actually engage and be present with them to de-escalate the problem together. Okay, that is the easiest way to do that, I promise you. So let's talk about the two main areas of communication before I give you guys solutions. So the two main areas of communication is open communication and effective communication. So open communication is being able to share your thoughts and feelings openly and respectfully without judgment being involved. Effective communication is the clear statement that provides direction as to how to get things done. Basically, it's an action taking place that is being communicated. pretty much. All right, so if you need hooked on phonics a little bit, open communication is to expressing a problem, and effective communication is to solve a problem. Plain and simple. What are some solutions, sis? I'm glad you guys asked. So if you are in a situation, in a relationship, no matter if it's friendship, platonic friendship, or family member dispute, I want you to do these things. Number one, be aware of your feelings. Stop hiding your feelings, because you cannot heal that way. You have to be aware of how you feel. That is a part of communication, even with yourself. Being in tune and being one with yourself. Then, to express yourself, you need to do number two, speak up. Then, listen for a response. And then, follow up for clarity and understanding. This will help you seek to understand that person's language and the way they communicate. When you, like I mentioned earlier about the de-escalating, if someone's at a 10, if you both at a 10, in order for you both to come down from a 10 to like a 5 or a 4, you have to be able to listen to each other, get clarity, don't quiz people or be inquisitive, but only get clarity so that you're able to move from point A to point B. Be direct when you're trying to de-escalate an issue. When you acknowledge a problem and what that person has to say and understand what they're saying, when you begin to repeat back what they're saying and provide a solution, guess what? That person comes down a little bit. Because now they're like, wait a minute, you actually care about what I'm saying. That's how it works, guys. All right? Number three, set realistic boundaries, not ultimatums. So when there's an issue that arises and you guys are talking things through, set boundaries so that no one gets hurt in the future. Setting boundaries is healthy. It is not keeping that person from you, and vice versa. Setting boundaries keeps the peace, and it builds healthy and strong relationships. And respect levels, okay? And then also too, you don't want someone to keep hurting you in the same area over and over again. But if you put up, even on the job, set boundaries on the job. If you are a leader and you have requirements for your workers, set up boundaries and realistic expectations so that the job that you have or productivity that you got to reach or goals you have to reach, it's reachable. But you have to set up those boundaries, and also you don't want to lose people because you don't have the proper boundaries set up or put in place. All right. And number 4 is create healthy compromises. This means to create or put things in place that will benefit you and your partner, even your friendships. You want to make sure that you have compromises where you may not be interested in one thing, but someone else is. You're able to bend for that person because for the sake of the relationship and friendship, you will do this because of this person. Same thing when you're on a team and you're a team leader and you have to make decisions. You want to make sure you're creating healthy compromises that, all right, we understand this group wants to do this today and that group wants to do that tomorrow. You know what? Or next week, let's set boundaries. Let's schedule this. Let's work together so that we're able to meet our goals. We're able to cater to this group. We're able to cater to that group. But again, you have to be able to acknowledge, comprehend what's going on in order to be effective and create that healthy compromise for everyone, because you want to be effective in your communication. All right, you want to be for your team, you want to be for your spouse, you want to be for your family, but you have to make sure that you are being effective when you do this. All right. Also, this is for couples. It's for my couples right here. I want to challenge you all to write love notes to each other. Yeah, this might sound corny. You might say, "Oh, that's lame. I'm cringing." But no, sis, no, bruh. It still works today. Don't text her. Don't text him. Stop texting in relationships. Stop texting each other to death. Man, pick up the phone. Like I said, write a letter. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Write a letter. Nothing's wrong with that. When you write notes to someone, just like your spouse, that might set the mood for the day. So an encouraging word to them, you never know what that would do for that person. Try it and see how it works. I will also recommend families, those spouses who have children, you should encourage your children to speak life over each other. Write a note of inspiration for each other, especially during this pandemic, okay? So try that with your family, try it with your spouse, see how it works. Put that note in their lunch pail, put it, you know they're gonna be in that car, they're gonna see it as soon as they open the door, and it's note right there on the steering wheel. You want them to see that, all right? And I do have a few final thoughts I want to drop on you when it comes to communication. It comes from Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. No matter if you are working in a corporate job, or if you're working for yourself, or if you are dealing with family, friends, or your spouse, you have to be the master of listening by getting comprehension and understanding of issues so that you're able to thrive together. Stop living with assumptions and start getting clarity about the things that concern your spirit so that you can rest better at night and spend more time building relationships, both personally and professionally. This is your girl, Shantanique Langston. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and share, and comment below if you want to see more videos like this. And what topics do you want me to cover in the next video? I have a ton to go through, but more feedback and more topics from you guys will help me be better at what I do. Again, my name is Shantanique Langston. I'm your personal and professional development coach. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Peace. Psych. I forgot to tell you guys to go on over and follow me on Instagram at niquespeaks and the Relationship Conference page. I am the creator of the Relationship Conference, so don't forget to subscribe there too. And if you're looking for coaching services, click the link in my bio to schedule a consultation. It's free for 15 minutes, and I do provide solutions in the very first 15 minutes of our coaching relationship. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. You can also email me for any other questions you may have at info@niquespeaksenterprise.com, or call me at the office line, which is 248-631-4889. I look forward to connecting with you guys in my next video. Peace. For real this time.